Hi, this is Marino from Instadeq. This is a short video showing the current state of our new prototype for no-code data science. I will start by opening a spreadsheet which has sales, and a spreadsheet is a grid of rows and columns. It doesn't have any particular shape. It looks like a table, but it's not. And as we can see here, the first row has the headers of kind of a table, and we want to extract the card and the price. So we drag and drop the columns to a query, and we can see here that we have a full path, the sheet, a slice for all the rows and the column, and the data is already there, but we want to skip the first row, so we are going to click on the path item that represents a slice of rows, and we can edit it. And now we skipped the first row. So now we can do a chart. We can rename the fields of the table so it looks better. Card and amount. And now we can do amount by card, for example. And given the configuration we gave, Instadeq for now decided that there are two charts that can be displayed, a bar chart and pie chart, and the configuration for the chart allows us to change which field represents the category, that is the x-axis, and which field is the value. And also each of these configuration fields is a formula, so we can edit the formula with the formula editor, for example, do some calculation. Let's move to a different shape, which is harder usually to manage, which is JSON, because JSON can have any shape. In this case, for example, we have the same data as before, but it's a list of lists. It's like a grid, but with lists. And we see that the first list is the headers, so we also want to skip it. Let's see how we do that. We're going to normalize it again with a query. We could go straight to an aggregation, but just to show the data as it is normalized, I use a query. So what we are going to do is just to drag the one item that has a card and one item that has a price. And that path, since JSON doesn't have a concept of columns or tables, it's the 9th element of the list and the 3rd one of that inner list. So if I click on the first item, which is an index on the list, I can select the slice as an alternative, and this is a list slice, so it's 0 indexed compared to columns and rows in a grid. And I can skip the first element. Oops. And now I have the data as before, and I can do the same chart. Let's see the third format we support, which is CSVs, straight tables. I have the same data in a CSV, and it auto-detects the first row to be the columns, so we don't have to do anything. And now that the data is easy to manage, let's do something more advanced. I will do chart price by payment type and product. So now the shape of the aggregation is different, so the tool will recognize that new shape and do a grouped bar chart by product and then by card. We can select a stacked chart or a heat map or a Sankey chart. Of course, we will support more charts in the future. And if we see the settings, we can see that now we have a subcategory, so it's payment type by product. We can change drag and drop to reverse it to do it the other way around. And as I said, everything is a formula we can edit. And lastly, to show that we support different formats and it's an extensible platform, so I added the Wikipedia pages as a source. What it does is we can configure a page with the name of the page and the language of the Wikipedia we are accessing, and hit load, and it will load all the tables on that page as grids, and each table is a tab on a sheet, because the Wikipedia tables can have weird structures. For example, here it has dual headers, and we want to skip that. It's really similar to a spreadsheet. Actually, it's a spreadsheet. So let's do it. We want to chart goals by season, league goals by season. We do it as before, but now we want to skip 2. And rename it to goals. Well, typo there, but doesn't matter. Goals by season, and now we can do, for example, a line chart or a bar chart with goals by season. So as you can see, it's really easy to consume data from different sources in different shapes, and really easy using path and path items to normalize the data into tables, and from then on to do aggregations, filtering, and charts. We decided to use tables because it's a common format across spreadsheets, CSVs, relational databases, columnar databases, data frames from data science, and data frames from big data like Spark or Parquet or Apache Arrow. So it's and it's also a format that end users understand, and it's easy to see, to manipulate. And if you have any feedback, just contact us over social media or at instadeq.com. In the footer there are links to our social media accounts. Bye.